Hey guys, Bobo here. This is a quick PSA for my mutuals, and specifically for either my A, European, or B, vegan fellows and their Discord members. I wanted to throw something together quickly so you could understand a report better that newscasters, clickbaiting, and podcast gym bros are running with right now. I would like to add that said gym bros are freaking out while giving you a discount code for their supplements. That's called fear marketing. There is a misunderstanding with regards to protein and a piece that Consumer Reports came out with that blew up this week in social media. Fun fact, I did a video on this report like 8 months ago. But how? Why, yes, I am psychic. But seriously, you can watch my protein video for details. To summarize, CR developed their piece from the work of a third-party watchdog NGO group, and said group's tracking of contaminations in food products, specifically in this report, lead. To be clear, these are useful reports, and 8 months ago, the scientific and regulatory groups around the world noted the important bits. Now, people who either A, don't understand the maths, or B, don't think you understand the maths, have gotten their teeth into it and see sweet, sweet opportunity. The brass tacks of the report was tracking lead levels in protein from sources around the world and noting contamination trends. The NGO has a goal of finding problem areas and putting light on them to force GOs to step in and correctively penalize the oopsie doodles. You have to go to the methods section to understand. To help explain the content, I made this simplified figure to visualize it for you. The y-axis is the milligrams of lead per kilogram of body weight per day in exposure. The higher that is, the more lead you become. Now that first red line is the level of mg of PB per kg per day that is confirmed to cause harm by the primary literature. That's the bad line. That's the line the EFSA, the WHO, FAO, the FDA, and their equivalents use to figure out what the legal limits of contamination should be. Because of the way that soil works, air works, plant bioremediation works, and lead works, we can't be 100% free of lead in the food supply. But with regulations, we can keep that threshold below the harm value. Now we scroll down. Those two lines, the yellow and the green, are the mg of lead per kilogram of body weight per day that the FDA and the EFSA deem is the maximum you can have in food, medicine, makeup, etc. Note, those legal limits are much lower than the harm threshold. That is on purpose. I added quote-unquote variation bars to represent the differing amounts that the two bodies have in their calculations for specific groups. It's a risk math thing, and a population thing, and a subpopulation thing. It's complicated. These regulations are in place to keep contamination to levels that are powers below the threshold of harm, but still achievable with current technology. Now, which threshold did both the report 8 months ago and the Consumer Reports piece use? The FDA or the EFSA? Wrong, they used neither. Yes, I know the question was unfair, just like how this is being presented. We scroll down again. They were using this one. This is the Proposition 65 lead exposure levels to require a Prop 65 warning label, which is 1 times 10 to the third lower in concentration levels than the level of harm. To get this out of the way, none of the products reached either the FDA or the EFSA's thresholds. Several were multiple powers below them actually, but the failed ones were over the Prop 65 labeling requirements. Now, this fine scientist also covers this with her public outreach, as she is a food scientist whose job is literally day-to-day dealing with contamination and safety. She has several videos going over this. In my work, I have to be concerned with contamination in plants and how it can get into people through ag. In her work, she has to be concerned about contamination in food and how it can get into people through, well, food. In this way, we come to the question from different overlapping safety concerns. Note, neither she nor I are concerned about this particular bit. We have other things to worry about at the moment, and sensational reporting isn't helping. So when you see this report or someone on social media misrepresenting it, remember this figure and go to her videos and mine for further readings. I hope this helped with any concerns. Don't panic. Your vegan protein sources aren't, God, I can't believe I have to say this, harming your virility. Oh Lord, me saying that is on the internet now. Maybe I should do a better Prop 65 video, I don't know.